healing's so big. We carry so much in our hearts. Most of the time, we're so hard on ourselves. And I always say to my students, would it be like if you had a relationship with yourself that didn't have the critical voice in the background? And how would you feel if you had a friendship with yourself? When you have a friendship with yourself, then you don't really need anything else. Everything else is a bonus, but most people are so busy now doing, and we give ourselves so little time just to be and to share space really with another person. And it's life is about being together and knowing ourselves in relationship with other people, and to step out from that space and to know that in that moment we've done the best that we ever could. If we could accept that simplicity, that you step up to that moment, being present and thinking, how am I going to deal with the moment? And then to say, when you're at the next moment or a few moments down, I did the best I could without feeling guilty or shame or anything, that would probably cut the need for healing down from about, to about 90% or something, because there's no pressure on anything. I mean, we work quite often with what we call the symbolic meaning of illness. Every illness has a meaning, and depending on that person, their karmic journey and what they're supposed to experience during life, you get that disease. For instance, when you deal with aspects of cancer, a lot of that has to do with anger and resentment in the body, because that eats away at the body. If you start from that and then you expand it into to their personal, what we call the energetic matrix, then you can get a more full picture of why that person is not healing. You go into the spiritual cause, what's held inside, and often it's about expression. People close, they close their third eye so they don't see, or they don't allow themselves to say what they see. Everyone sees clearly, but your ability to share, people often, and that when you don't, as an energy, right? Words are energy. Words are loaded with energy and very powerful. It expresses who you are, and a lot of people use it in an aggressive way because they feel the need to defend themselves. So if people were to be able to express what they know to be true in that moment, then the causes of disease would be cut quite dramatically. A lot of women have migraines, for instance, which you can trace back to sexual anger. And it starts as blockage that's stored in the uterus very often. So then that comes up the spine, it blocks the second chakra and the sixth chakra connected. See, so when you deal with whatever that is, and it doesn't have to be done in words, but when you deal with what's going on, and we are all, most of the time, when you look at a picture of an iceberg, you only see a part of us that is above, most of us is underneath. So, when you trained or gifted intuitively, like a lot of people who choose to heal, everyone is intuitive. You just need to connect to that knowing which comes from the cosmos. But when you do that, you don't even need to touch, you just have to be in somebody's energetic space to know what's going on for them that is causing whatever the situation is that they're not letting go of and not coming to a peace. And it doesn't even need to be vocalized. It needs to be done at an energy level where that person knows that they are seen and they are held safely, and the touch is a connection of heart, and then they will open. It's like a flower. They give up what they're holding, and then the body heals itself. And very often when something is being released, people feel nauseous, because that's how they experience the energy going through the body system, and then after that they feel uplifted. So, it's how we feel and what we think that causes the energy to anchor, and depending on where it's anchored in the body, you're going to get that disease. And it's very, very simple, you know. You get the physical wear and tear as well, but generally, if you deal with the cause, then the body will heal itself. You know, very simple. And the touch is beautiful as well, you know, and then the heart's open and people start to be themselves, which is the whole point of being alive.